Hello viewers, welcome back again. Today we want to discuss a topic about dental health. Remember to reach us on our social platforms, GBS TV Africa, and also SMS us on 21144. Come on, let's welcome our guest on set. Kindly introduce yourself.
Thank you, Dominic. My name is Dr. Salome Ireri, and I'm a dentist by profession, and a little bit more specifically, a children's dentist. So I practice mainly children's dentistry, but also once in a while general dentistry.
Kindly, may we start by knowing, supposedly, how can I brush my teeth? Is there a way or a pattern or a way I should brush, or it's just putting the brush in my mouth and that's all?
Thank you, Dominic.
Yes.
And it's good you've talked about brushing teeth.
Yes.
It's one of the greatest or most important ways of preventing dental diseases,
Sure.
The commonest dental diseases,
Yes.
which are dental cavities or holes on teeth,
Correct.
and gum disease.
Yes.
Gum diseases are many,
Yes.
but the commonest diseases are preventable. And it would be great if we all learned how to do it and do it effectively so that we can prevent the diseases. So I'll assume this is somebody's mouth.
Sure.
This is just a model.
Yes.
And then I'll demonstrate. Brushing should be done ideally twice a day.
Twice a
Before
day.
we used to say 3 times a day.
Not once a day.
No, once a day can also work if you do it very well,
Yes.
especially before you sleep and you do it thoroughly.
Yes, yes.
There are schools of thought where they say you can even do brushing once in 48 hours,
Sure.
but you do it very well.
Yes.
But of course, it has to do with also what goes into the mouth, how to be able to prevent the disease.
Yes.
So the idea one can use, there are different things that one can use.
Yes.
You can use a toothbrush, it's the commonest, and they are available.
Yes.
And maybe I won't go to too much details about the various types of brushes.
Yes.
But a good brush should not hurt when you scrub your teeth.
Sure.
And so I'm saying there's a toothbrush. You can also use, if you can't get a toothbrush, you can use a mswaki.
Yes.
You chew a stick, one that's not dangerous.
That's traditional. Is also a toothbrush.
Yeah, it's actually good. The Maasais use it a lot, and a few other tribes. But a lot of us are able to access brushes.
Yes.
The brush is good for both the child, the adult, anybody.
Yes.
If your gums are relatively healthy,
Yes.
then you just need a regular brush which is not too hard, not too soft. If the gums are really soft and bleeding, for a short while you require a soft brush.
Yes.
And they are there in the market.
Sure.
And somebody just needs sometimes to consult a healthcare provider.
Can you recommend maybe a
advise.
good toothbrush? Maybe a brand this is much better for people.
The brands are there, but almost all the companies will have good brushes.
So they have to pay you to
it's the
advertise
onus
them.
is on us as the users to test the brush, feel, then you know if it's too hard, then it will damage your gums and that's no good. Sometimes it can also contribute to damaging the teeth.
Yes.
So there are also other brushes for those who can afford.
Yes.
They are called electric toothbrushes.
Electric.
Yes, so you can use a battery or it can be chargeable. And these ones are particularly good for people who have challenges like somebody with medical issues. They don't have very good manual dexterity. They don't find it very easy to coordinate the brushing.
Yes.
Because it requires a little bit of coordination. Or somebody who is unwell, somebody who may be too young to brush well.
Yes.
If one can afford, currently in our market, they cost about 5,000 Kenya shillings.
Really?
Yeah, so we have the whole range from the mswaki. Mswaki will be reasonably effective. It's better than napping. So brushing a little is much better than napping.
Yes.
But fortunately, the toothbrush is available. And the best thing is to avoid a hard, and they're usually written. A brush written hard is not very easy to use because you are careful not to hurt yourself.
Sure.
At the same time, if you use it too hard, it can wear out the gums and a bit of the teeth sometimes. So the idea is to go around every part of the tooth.
Yes.
So you can, there are different methods of brushing that are recommended.
Yes.
So somebody chooses what really works for you.
Yes.
But the real goal is to make sure you're not having any food like left in the mouth.
Sure.
The teeth should feel smooth. So you put your toothpaste, depending on who is brushing. If it's an adult, you replace just like a line over the toothbrush.
Is it a must to use toothpaste so you can put also salt and all that? What can you say about
It's not a must, but toothpaste is more effective because it has something added to help with the scrubbing action.
Yes.
So salt will work like to help with gum problems or wounds in the mouth, sometimes minor wounds.
Yes, yes.
But or like after a tooth extraction, when a tooth has been removed, will be recommended salt water. If you're having maybe a mild tonsillitis or mild infection around
Correct.
wisdom teeth that are coming in, then salt water is good.
Sure.
Warm salt water works really well. But it's not as good. But we are saying whichever brushing you do, as long as you are doing something, but you want to aim at the best so that you can avoid these diseases, which are extremely expensive to treat. So you go in a circular, you can close your mouth, go in a circular way, brush, but make sure the brush is reaching the gum line, so that food is not left around the gum line, because that is what will contribute to cavities and gum disease.
Sure.
So by the time you are done with the brushing, your teeth should be feeling smooth. That's
So and maybe some people do even the tongue. What can you say about that?
Yes, it's also recommended to clean the tongue. So you can just clean gently as you rinse. You brush it gently and rinse out.
Yes.
Not always very practical, but some people are able to do, others feel like throwing up. So if it works for you, well and good.
But it's not a must.
It's not a must.
It's just cosmetic or what?
No, it's not cosmetic. It helps remove food debris on the tongue. If you can do it, good.
Yes.
But if you're unable to do, then you don't lose sleep over that. You just leave it and do cleaning in the other areas and keep rinsing your mouth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe to highlight about what you've just said. Now, when you're brushing, maybe, and you brush and at some point you find the gums are bleeding and all that. You see blood.
Yeah.
Is that a condition or that's you have hurt yourself with the toothbrush?
It's quite hard to hurt yourself with a toothbrush. So if you find your gums are bleeding, most probably you have a gum disease. And thankfully, majority, like over 90% of gum problems are treatable. You can treat and manage them. So gums will bleed mostly when there is inflammation or swelling around them.
Yes.
And this happens when you've had food stuff, any food, even ugali, rice, cakes, biscuits, soda, remaining around the teeth. And so they cause the gums to swell. So the moment you touch them to bleed, to brush, they bleed. And also, like if you have had stuff, that is tartar, around the teeth, then you get that tartar like accumulating more food around the teeth, and especially in between the teeth.
Yes.
So when you do that, the gums will bleed, but it's not a cause for alarm because they don't go on. And actually the solution is to get rid of the stuff, like the food stuffs that's been around the teeth.
Yes.
And tartar, if it is there, And that can be done with good brushing and professional cleaning, which you might have heard of something called scaling. That's removing that hard stuff. And people are really scared of that scaling. They say, oh, that's removing my tooth. It's very irritating when my teeth become sensitive. They don't always become sensitive. In fact, they hardly become sensitive unless you are already having an advanced form of gum disease. And fortunately, there are also like medicines, aids that can be sprayed around the teeth so that it becomes much more comfortable. But to avoid also, to help not having the food accumulate around the gums, there are also other aids that I may not have talked about. You can use dental floss to clean in between the teeth. It's very good to help like any food stuff around the teeth. Not like accumulate there, because if it accumulates, you'll either get gum disease and or cavities. And it's very easy to get holes from in between, even when sometimes you're thinking you're brushing very well if you are not able to clean in between. So the floss comes in various types, various companies. Yeah, today I came with Oral-B, but that's what I had. But they are all good. There isn't any that is really bad. I haven't found a bad one in the market. So whichever way, so you need to, it's a thread that is quite strong. So you cut it, and then you take it through, you hold it between your fingers so that you have control. And then now you take it through the teeth. I don't know whether I can demonstrate for you on my model.
Which one?
This one doesn't really have gaps. But assuming there is a gap there, so you take it in between and to the side of the teeth. So the floss doesn't just go down. It goes in between to one side. Then you lift a little and take it down to the other tooth. So that space, if there's any food, any meat, vegetables stuck, then they come out very easily and your mouth becomes really clean. So there are people who also find it very difficult to floss. So there are different types of flosses in the market. And there's one for those who find it hard to control this, because you can't just go down. If you go down right in between your teeth, you'll cut your gum, so it hurts. Then you end up not doing it. But if you do it like to the side, up to the side again, it cleans very well, and you feel it. You feel your mouth is clean. There's nothing getting stuck. You can use toothpicks. There are flosses, like one with a floss on a toothpick sold in some supermarkets. Fortunately, all these things are available in the supermarkets. And if you are not able to control this, you can use other things to clean. If you have spaces in between your teeth, like large spaces, there are people who either have natural spaces between their teeth, but more even seriously is who have spaces developing because of like chronic, frequent irritation of the gums by food remaining there. So they support the bone and the gums move down, so you have big gaps between the teeth. So you can use this. They are called interdental brushes. The straight one, it's like just like a bottle brush. The way you clean a bottle. So you just take it through and just clean the way you clean a bottle, and those spaces become very clean. So your teeth remain firm versus becoming loose. This one goes for the back because of the angle. It's a long stick and an angle that goes to the back teeth.
So they are not expensive, these ones?
No, they are not expensive. Well, expensive is relative. Because cheap can also be expensive. But these, they'll be in the range of 600 to 800 shillings a packet. And to use, it's a one-off. It's not, you cannot reuse? No, it can be cleaned and reused. You can just disinfect it and use it again. Now,
Daktari, for the sake of our viewers, you talked about scaling. Maybe you break down what is scaling. Maybe they don't understand.
So thank you. What makes it necessary to carry out a procedure that dentists, it's very common, call scaling and polishing.
Yes.
It's hard stuff around, like food remaining in the mouth in an area like you are not able to brush. For most people, it's the lower front teeth.
Yes.
On the inside in this area. That's why you see many people will have lost as they age.
Yes.
They lose this bottom teeth.
Yes.
Because some areas are very difficult to clean,
Yes.
to angle. Even when you are really trying to do, sometimes you may leave one corner.
Yes.
So that food gets hardened
Yes.
because the mouth has, saliva has minerals, it's
Sure,
bacteria.
sure. Yes, yes.
It hardens and gets stuck.
Yes.
And it looks whitish.
Yes.
If it has stayed for very creamish white, and it will be a definite layer, almost hard, feel like
Sure.
a stone. Not that dense, but
Yes.
in fact people think my tooth is coming out, yet it's not a tooth. So you can find sometimes a very large layer
Yes.
of that. So it gets stuck, so your toothbrush can't remove it.
Sure.
So we call them ultrasonic, like they are gadgets that just gently vibrate and splash water
Yes.
to like touch that hard stuff and remove it, so that now you are left with your gum and your teeth as they are.
Yes.
Yeah, so, and it's actually recommended almost many, let me say, a large number of our population need that.
Yes, yes, yes.
Well, it's also not expensive. I said cheap is expensive.
Yes, yes.
So it ranges from, depending on where you get it done, I'll say maybe in a public hospital you can get it done for 2,000 shillings.
Yes.
In a private institution, it ranges between 5,000 in a few places to 15,000, 20,000.
Yes.
And the whole mouth is cleaned.
We'll go for a short break. When we come back, it's interesting. Keep it there. You've heard about scaling. We come and continue to get what about the scaling of teeth. Now continue sending your SMSs. We are receiving them through 21144. And also reach us on our platforms, GBS TV Africa. We are coming back in a while.